The evening began like a scene from a dream. Warm laughter filled the air. Glasses clinked gently and soft candlelight painted golden shadows across the dining room walls. Our home, usually quiet and subdued, buzzed with joy and celebration. My wife, though calling her that now feels dishonest, her name was Lena. That night, she glowed. She had just secured a major promotion at her high-powered law firm, a coveted spot on the partner track she'd been striving toward for years. Her eyes shimmered with a kind of happiness I hadn't seen in ages, and the confidence in her voice as she spoke about her achievement lit up the room. To commemorate the moment, Lena hosted a dinner party. Friends, colleagues, and yes, her boss, all gathered in our home. I went all out to support her. I scrubbed every surface until it shined, carefully decanted wine, and pulled out a blazer I hadn't worn since before the pandemic. I wanted everything to be flawless for her. And Lena, she stepped into the room in a deep red dress that was elegant, not flashy, yet undeniably captivating. Every head turned. I couldn't look away. She caught me staring, gave a teasing smile, and asked, "Too much?" "Not even close," I whispered. She laughed, then turned to greet the guests. For a while, it all felt right. People toasted to her success. Light conversation floated alongside the background music. I stood back, watching her soak in praise, proud that the woman I loved was finally being recognized. Then Ethan, her boss, rose from his seat, wine glass raised. A hush fell over the room, the kind that usually comes before a charming toast. But something in his expression felt off. It was smug, sly, an expression that twisted my stomach before he even spoke. He looked at me and said, "Dylan, you know how Lena secured that promotion, right?" Uneasy laughter followed. Maybe they thought he was kidding. But then, with a tone too loud to ignore, he added, "That red dress she wore last week?" Stopped the whole boardroom. I nearly doubled her salary on the spot. He chuckled harshly, alone. Then he added, "You're a lucky man. She's loyal." But I'll admit, for one night, I thought about breaking all the rules. Everything inside me froze. I couldn't move, couldn't even speak. My hand tightened around a wine glass until the stem bit into my skin. Across the room, Lena's face drained of color. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I didn't plan it. I just stood up, closed the gap between us in 3 strides, and smashed the glass against the side of Ethan's head. The crack echoed. He stumbled back, hand clutching his face as blood trickled from a thin cut at his temple. No one rushed to his aid. No one dared speak. "Get out," I said quietly, pointing toward the door. He left, wordless, humiliated, and one by one, the others followed, silent, ashamed, avoiding my eyes. Only Lena stayed. She stood trembling, her lips parting as if searching for the right thing to say. "You're not going back to that job," I said, voice steady. "I mean it." She looked at me like I'd hit her, too. "It wasn't my fault, Dylan," she whispered. I didn't ask him to say that. "I don't care," I replied, voice tightening. "If you walk back into that office after tonight, we're finished." The next morning, I found her in the bedroom ironing a blouse, acting like nothing had happened. "Back to business?" I asked, my voice frayed. She didn't meet my eyes. "I need that job." "No," I said, stepping closer. "You want that job. But if it means protecting him over us, don't bother coming home." What followed wasn't conversation. It was war. We yelled. Accusations flew. She insisted Ethan had too much to drink, that it was just a tasteless joke, that I had overreacted. But the real issue was clear. She wasn't standing up for me. She was defending the job, the image, the illusion. I walked out. I couldn't breathe. When I returned later, she was curled on the couch, eyes hollow, cheeks streaked with tears. "He fired me," she said quietly. No meeting, no warning. Just an email saying I created irreparable workplace conflict. Her voice cracked. Ethan had taken the blow to his ego personally, and she'd paid the price. Part of me ached for her. I never wanted things to fall apart like that. But another part, quieter, buried deep, felt relief. Because now she could finally see what I'd seen all along. That job wasn't freedom. It was a golden cage. And Ethan? He wasn't just a boss. He was a predator dressed in charm and champagne. It's been a few weeks since that night. Lena's slowly rebuilding, sending out resumes, attending interviews. Oddly enough, she seems lighter. Her eyes don't burn with ambition anymore. There's something calmer in them, a quiet strength, a different fire, one sparked by clarity instead of hunger. That dinner didn't just break a glass. It shattered what we thought we had to endure, what we thought we had to be. And as for me, I made a choice. I won't stay silent anymore. Not for anyone.